I made it, I made it, I made it, I made it. It's me, Dr. Chef. Happy Friday, y'all. I do have the comments on, I think. That's not running right. I do got the comments on now, y'all. Y'all can meet and greet and give you a few minutes. And my time frame was going a little it was going a little low. And so I am I am here, y'all. Happy Friday. I made it. I made it. I made it. I was looking. Look, I was looking for my talk to my watermelon because I was going to go ahead. And today's segment is going to be about the watermelon because I couldn't do it on Wednesday. So I hope that y'all had a good old happy, a good thriving Thursday. That's what I'm working on, y'all. Got to get this down pack first before I go in. So I hope anyone that's tuning in, you all make sure that you like and subscribe and share with anyone that you think that this segment will help. And this segment is called Fruitful Friday. Fruitful Friday. You have to be the tree. Don't I look like a tree out this morning? I know it's early. It's early. I haven't got my YouTube playing on, but it's okay. That try finna come in a little bit. And I'm sitting here thinking about, I'm just giving you a few minutes because I know I've been behind. And so different ones is hoping to tune in. And I've learned how to do both, y'all. I'm doing both. I'm doing both. I'm doing both. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. It's like, Dr. Show, how in the world do you got all that energy? Well, guess what? An hour ago, I didn't have the energy. I didn't. I'll be honest. I told y'all I will keep it 100, but I wanted, look, I knew I had to be determined. And so yesterday I did. All right, y'all. I cheated some. I did get in some of my watermelon yesterday, but then I wanted some today because I love the benefit of it. I do not like the stereotype that has stirred a lot of our people away from it. And yes, I do have the seeded kind. However, I did pre-prep, so that's what had me a little bit behind time because I like myself fresh. I didn't want to have myself out of sort there. And here we go. Am I live, y'all? What? Checking connection. I had to get our YouTube people in, y'all. But the happy Friday. Yeah, y'all. I'm trying to do two things at once. Yeah, I'm getting better and better as it go. No, actually, I had some help. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I had some help. So who do we got? Hey, Lord, how you doing? Yay! I got the comments on y'all. See me? I'm ready. I know. Look, I promise y'all, this is in the all my life. I'm like, when I learn something, didn't I tell y'all that I learn something new every day? Well, I'm learning. And so here we go. You know how you're doing when you're rushing. And so I have two tops, right? Look, I had two tops, so I'm going upstairs messing with Naomi. But this is the top that I had needed. Yep, I pre-prepped it, y'all. This is the top that I needed. Y'all know about that? Y'all get this in your life. Go ahead and spend that little $20, $30 and get one of these little blenders. Get your little blender in your life for those who don't want to chew on your regular fruit. This is Fruitful Friday. And you know I'm going to find a way to relate this over to being fruitful in the spirit. I had to, y'all, because that's important. I promise you, if I didn't learn about the fruits of the spirit before, I'll say when I was a little girl, y'all wouldn't see no smile on my face. I can promise you that. So, like and subscribe. And remember, for those of you all who would like to have some free consultation and those of you all that can donate, know that you can reach me at 314-705-6264. That is my main line. However, the business line you want to use, I'll leave it via text or message so that I'll know what to expect. Then you want to contact the 618 number 388-8100. Again, to leave it via text message and voicemail so I will know the nature of your health concern. You want to dial 618-388-8100. All right now, and I'm looking forward to my consultations. And so, how you been, Lauren? How you been? How are you and your mom? I felt so blessed to have the mom that contact me and come in on me. I really did enjoy um that you were so sincere about the your last consultation that we had back. I think back in December, January. Yeah, somewhere around, yeah, back in January, I believe. See how time flies. It flies, y'all. It flies. It flies. Yes, it does. It does not wait on anybody. And so, yes, so I wanted to share this segment because at first I was a little iffy about doing a Friday because I didn't know. But then when I thought about it, if I'm coming on this early, and yes, the early bird, you know the saying, catches the worm. Well, in this case, this early bird is going to get the fruit. And so I wanted to go in on watermelon because so many questions about water. It's such a big water thing. And someone asked, okay, Dr. Shelf, what kind of water? What kind of water do you use right now? I've tried quite a few of the waters, you all. Yes, I did. When you can't do your fruit, but for this Fruitful Friday, we're gonna be in fruit. Oh yeah, I already got a fruit, y'all. I got the watermelon. Look, I couldn't find my big old bowl that said chef time. I had a big bowl. See, sometimes people be walking away with your stuff, and because they figure I ain't gonna get upset, I'm gonna bear the fruits of the spirit and not chase somebody down. But I think I'm gonna have to start chasing people down, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I gotta chase some folks down for my fruit bowls because I'm like, okay, those are unique. And so, nevertheless, this is how I start my morning. Some mornings, not every morning. If you can start your morning every morning this way, and you know you got to head out of the house to work to deal with all those extra other sour fruits that's not citric, then I advise you to go ahead and start your morning off every morning this way. And somebody asked, well, why come you don't start your morning off every morning like this, especially summertime? Well, because every morning I don't feel like eating. Every morning I don't have to get something. Actually, you shouldn't have to. The best time of the day, yes, I'm going to share with you. The best time of the day to start eating is noonday if you can, if your schedule allow it, because I understand they have us in this humdrum. And they got us in this, what they call the rat race. And so therefore, for those who all that do not work from home, you should be able to start between 11 and noon of eating, especially if you ate a good full course meal the day before. Your elimination, and you all have heard me share this before on other lives, that your elimination you should have a nice, beautiful elimination. And when I say beautiful, I mean one that's not smelly. Early in the morning when you get ready to rise, anywhere between 5 and 8 a.m. is usually the time. However, if it's anywhere within that morning time and you know that you didn't fast the day before or you ate, you should have an elimination. And so fruit help you with all the good juicy fiber. I'm trying to give a few more people time to come on. Some of y'all early birds, a little time to come on before I get to going because it can get loud. Because I'm going to put this in the blender and I'm going to show y'all how I do it. And no, you do not have to blend your watermelon. This is the difference between this quick day age where we just got to drink everything. Well, we want to drink everything. But the truth is, your best benefit comes in that when you're chewing. This is how we keep the jaw muscles good in exercise. I promise you, if I don't chew and I only juice, and that's not me knocking out juicing kings and queens and the juicing babies. I get it. Y'all like to feel like you swallowing something because most of us are dehydrated and do not know it. So you know it. I shared it once before. You'll know when you are dehydrated because you will start to feel a little fatigue. Your throat will be dry. Hey there, how you doing? Okay, now I'm going to read the comments, y'all. I've been waiting to read the comments. I'm doing well, Dr. Shell. Thank you. Speak with you during our consultation was really helpful to my health and was inspirational in helping me start my business. Yeah, you got it, girl. Okay, I'm happy as well that my mom reached out. Oh, yes, you got the job. I was praying about that. I was. I was like, I wanted to take after my mom in that area. It's like so many people used to come to her about getting jobs and getting business and things started. So let us, I know, I think I remember it was graphic design. Am I right, Lauren? See, I got a little bit of good memory, and that's the reason why we got to be healthy all the time. Ah, let me see. Is that I'm saying I just hear you, bro. How you doing? Yes, y'all. I'm back, and I'm sorry I missed y'all at DC. That was some that was not. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm here, y'all, by the grace of God, by the grace of the Most High. I am here. I ain't letting nothing stop me because, as y'all can see, okay, where my prayer warriors, Pastor Simmons, I'm all the way up. See, you have to get this when you look. This is the importance of being surrounded by people that motivate you and that inspire you, because even when life throws you and I mean it threw me. I was like, all I could think of, yeah, and I know the original Rocky is one of us, but come on, y'all. All I could think of is the Rocky movie. No, I can't think of my face being all messed up. I'm a girl, I'm a woman, I'm a female, I'm feminine. However, the determination to just keep getting back up is everything. Yeah, and this is the reason why it's important to eat your fruits, your fruits. And so for those you all that are in on your fruits, eat your fruits, eating your fruits, juice your juice, and eating your vegetables and taking your herbs. That's great because you can get a great boost from that. But for those you all that want to mix it up, take it back to the natural original, y'all. Y'all gotta eat. Yo. Come on now, can't nothing beat that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all, that's life. That's life. That's life. Ain't nothing better than that. So most people like to do their melons in the noonday. That's fine. But I'm gonna tell y'all again, we are all created in a more in unique, beautiful fashion. If you have been struggling with health issues, chronic illnesses, your body will reset itself. It may not be on the same time clock that mine is on or that your brothers or your sisters is on. So you heard it from me first, or maybe you heard it from me last. It doesn't matter. Just hear me. You eat according to how your body feels once you get to a place where you have experienced detoxing. And that's important to do that first, you all. If you're very toxic, you've been eating fast food, you've been eating Murder King, you've been on White Casket. Yes, I said this years ago. And so everybody done coined it now. Yeah, I am queen for coining some sayings. Yes, I am. And nobody give me no credit for it. So it doesn't matter. Just as long as you all get the message. If you're not stuck on no dumb and you knows, then what you have to do is make sure that you detox that body well first. I'm waiting for my new product line to come through, and I'm just so happy. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I'm happy. It's because they're very high quality and the price is right. Y'all remember that Price is Right? Or am I telling my age? It doesn't matter. Y'all still seeing that when people would run down the aisle ready to play The Price is Right. And here it all, look, they had the new cars, they got the refrigerators, they got all the other stuff. Well, when I tell you that the price is right and y'all gonna be running and gonna be clicking on, wait. Dr. Shell said this is good. Look at the energy she got. Look at how she keep bouncing back. Now I have to keep it 1,000 with you all. I do believe that my first bounce back, my greatest strength comes from the Most High God, my Lord and Savior. I do believe that it does, because that's the first place that I learned it. That I learned that you have to get up, that if you cast all your cares on the Most High, then He will direct your path. Was I looking this way the whole time? This is how y'all know that. Look, I'm missing this. Yeah, look at it. Okay, who else am I missing? Hey, Adam. Yes, it's good to see you all. Glad to see you alive and well. Oh, look, that is my saying for everyone. Every time people ask me, they say, "How you doing, Dr. Chef?" I say, "Alive and well." And they say, "Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool." And so thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, I know it took me a minute. I didn't even realize that my comments was off on my Wellness Wednesday, but it's okay. I had some very beautiful, inspirational people that would tell me, look, it's even if it's not perfect, just keep coming forward so we know that you're good. Because that's so important in times like this when you're not burning the right fruits of the spirit, y'all. And then some of us connect, and I'm gonna speak for myself. Some of y'all connect to the wrong energies, the wrong spirits, and then here it is, or master manipulators, and then you sit here and it will kill your spirit. The only fruit you will be bearing is something that's sour, something that's bitter. And the sour and the bitter, I'm gonna tell you what I had time to think about with all that I gone. Hey there's Sandra Miles, you made it in. Hey there, girl. I still got your picture. I'm so glad I could come in now. I know. Y'all can ask whatever question y'all want. Yep, it's on, y'all. It's on. Yeah. And so I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, I said, I gotta keep looking. I gotta make sure that I don't forget my Instagram, because my Instagram people, they've been faithful on me, y'all. Because I know I'm the one that's been off on the YouTube thing since I first announced it, 2 weeks ago, that I would come on. And that was because I did, even though I didn't want to depend on anyone to try to or be on somebody else's time, because I just really respect other people and things that they have to do. I've been like that all my life. Always, been hesitant to ask for a little help, not for prideful reasons, but because I know that people have a life. They have things to do. And you have to make sure that you're choosing the right people to help you. And you'll know it because in most cases, they're going to volunteer if they know that they can help you with something and they know that you lack in knowledge or understanding of something. That's how you'll know what kind of fruit they're bearing. And that's called the spirit, that spiritual fruit of kindness. And so God has blessed what I have had people in my life, then more and more, and new people that are kind and they want to see me go forward and help and inspire and help you all with your health and wellness. And some are clients and a lot of them are family members. And I'm like, okay, even though a lot of them can't get up at 7 o'clock, but it's okay. That's the reason why we're going to take them to share it to Facebook for those of you all that have to go to work. I understand. Look, I understand because I've been on that gravy train. I've been on that slave train before. My daughter don't like me calling it that, y'all, because she bless her Lord. She don't like that morning. She like to hibernate. Yep, I'm gonna tell off on her until she get used to it. She is never like that morning train. She's like her father. She doesn't like it. She'll get up and do what you gotta do, and she don't like the mornings. Me, I'm like thankful just to be alive, to get up, thinking about all the work that I had to get done. Yesterday was most definitely a tough, thriving Thursday. I wanted to come before you, but God knows it wasn't meant for me to, because I got another blow. And the worstest experience that we could have, and I'm going to get back to that in watermelon because I'm going to show, I was just giving some of you all time enough to tune in that are early birds that like to not just catch the worm, but you like to get the fruit. All right. So y'all can get y'all weekend started off and get a good inspirational start off with your fruits. And so, because that's everything, that's your energy. Instead of thinking I'm just going to lay back and just drink me some wine. And trust me, I get it. I get it. I get it. Y'all feel real grown when y'all got that wine in your hand, don't you? Uh-huh. I'm talking about ladies. Some of our men get it, but see, when the men get to the place where they got to sit back and have them some wine. Yep. I've been paying attention, y'all. Y'all some grown, cool. Y'all some cool dudes. Look, they ain't about no trouble. look, they not about that life, as they say. They're not about that life. They're like, look, I mind my business, you mind your business. I'm happy to end this day. I get it. And no, I am not promoting alcoholism, y'all. So just stop it. And if we just want to get all spiritual and churchy, because I know I got some of my spiritual people here. The thing with it is that y'all can't change. If that be the case and you're spiritual, stop changing the scriptures to fit you. Stop changing it to fit you. If the scriptures say that a little wine is good for the stomach's sake, then that's what it meant. And to me, like, not this wine today. Well, you find you some good natural vineyard wine, because a little bit, it does not hurt those you all who are not wrestling with alcoholism. And I say that because I've seen this battle for a long time. We was debating about what to eat, but that wine has been a big one because so many of us have experienced, and I know I've had experience having two family members that was close that wrestle with alcoholism, and there may be a few more. But I promise you, I had an uncle. Yeah, I'm gonna tell from my uncle, and he was we call him Uncle Lynn, and he was a May baby too. He's a May baby, and we called him Action Jackson because this dude just, oh, he had so much energy. I think I got some energy. You would have met my Uncle Lynn. Uncle Lynn, unfortunately, because of the stresses and the cares of life, toxic relationships. Yep, I gotta tell off on him because he would want me to say this. He would say, "Niece, go forward, do your thing." He would be on here having y'all rolling. He was what you call a happy drunk. And I promise you, this man reminds you of, for those you all who went, "Hey, Sister Star, hey, the queen in the house." I can see y'all comments now, y'all. I can see the comments. I tell you, Marnie, I can look, I can see the comments, and I'm like, oh yeah, now we back on. And so I'm sitting here, and I'm like, look at this man in his spirit. And so it wasn't until I started my first practice in a town called Fairview Heights, Illinois. Yes, I'm also known as Coach Fifi. Yes, y'all was like, what she do, Coach Fifi? Young, to take the doctor title away, to take some of the pressure away. Had a beautiful office. God, the Most High just blessed me. God just blessed me to get it. And I was like, oh man, I had a sister that was there that now she was like the Harriet Tubman of her office building. She said, you could take this whole space. And I was about to gravitate to this thing. However, it wasn't meant to be that long because a lot of my clients, unfortunately, was majorly obese and overweight. And we had 20 stairs for them to go up. And then at first, I initially thought that it was a good idea because I say, okay, good. They can get their exercise on. By the time they come in, I had this long, beautiful, nice, soft sectional couch. And I had to look at all African and euphoric and all comfy. I said, I don't want it to look like the traditional nutritional health office, white and all this stuff, and have the people looking like they got to be perfect. No, I wanted them to be comfortable. And boy, what didn't they get comfortable? They was like, Dr. Shell, you are most definitely got this thing down packed to the T. Well, I had to change up because my clients with bad backs, I started to feel for them. And then so what happened is that because I'm usually loyal and dedicated to the hard things and in life, when I see that it has potential and when I think that it can be really, really, truly helpful for our people, I try it out. I will. If it's going to motivate them to get healthy, yes, I will. And you can see that. That's how some of you guys met me, knowing that I was right there, being supportive, doing what I had to do. And now, but what happened in the chain of events, and I'm gonna say this in the best way that can keep us on the path of the fruitfulness of this Friday. And that is, there's time when, just like when fruit is ripening, especially in this season, where you got to know when to pull that fruit from off the tree. Did I do it, y'all? Did I do it? Did you catch that? Did you catch that, Sister Star? Did you catch that, Lauren? Did you catch that, Untamed Audience? Did you catch that? Adam, did you catch that? You got to know when to pull that fruit from the tree. Now, the tree looks strong and it looks beautiful. It does. But there's a lot that a tree takes on. And we just noticed it when I was in the park. I was doing a walk with my auntie. And she's a walker. She's going on 65, had back injury, screws in her neck and everything. And this woman, I'm trying to keep up with her. I'm like, oh no, Lord, please don't let this woman. And I mean, she's nonstop. Y'all, this is 5 miles around this whole lake, this whole park. And what we notice is that the trees, when we first started walking in this park, in a very nice neighborhood, when we first started walking around this lake, It used to be really green, strong, and vibrant. The trees were beautiful. The lake was nice, more clear. They do kayaking. They do all this different stuff. They have it where the families can ride the little Charlie horse things. Well, it's not a horse on there, but like the carriage things, people biking, people skating, people doing all this stuff. And so we noticed just the other day, I think this was on Tuesday, when we went, that all of a sudden the trees look all worn out. They look gray. They're drying out, even though the water is there still, even though people are still walking. The air is still just a little bit fresh, but not as fresh as it used to be. So now within 10 years, I've watched the trees wither, meaning they're taking on too much toxicity now. Unfortunately, a young lady passed away in it, and it hurt our heart because in this area, it wasn't known of. Now, granted, they said it was a foreigner. We don't know the whole story, so I'm not going to, that's not what this segment is about. But my point is that when you are fruit and you have the fruits of the spirit, and I mean the good fruit, I mean the most vibrant fruit. In a minute, I am going, because I see y'all coming on. Y'all like and share. I am going to take and blend this up. And sometimes that's the way life is. I don't know about y'all, but that's the way my life has been. Does the watermelon stop being the watermelon because I blended it? Ask yourself that question. Whatever fruit that you are and that you want to be and that you want to bear, does it stop you from being who you are? What you were originally created for? Does it stop you? Hey there, Moss. Yeah, Moss in the house. Y'all making it in. Y'all some early birds. And I know in the DC area, y'all on that 8 a.m. time frame. So hopefully y'all be able to still take in and tune in. And so bottom line is, I couldn't stop being who I am just because it looks like my foundation and where I am coming from or what has connected to me. All right? I still got to be the fruit. I still had to drop. And I know my mother used to say to me all the time, the beautiful First Lady Ann, Willie Ann. Yeah, ain't that a country name, y'all? Willie Ann. Willie Ann Hill Stokes used to say to me, she said, oh, honey, every time I would go through something, she said, she would say, oh, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. But that tree that I come from, that was rooted and grounded, even though she has transitioned and she has left her spirit with me, I promise you, it's strong. It's rooted. And I got a real good foundation. And the soil was good. And the soil that I'm talking about is a spiritual foundation that a lot of people have not learned about because, and I'm not even finna just go from Christianity, Muslim, and all that. I mean the connection with the Most High God. When you've gone through things and you just don't even want to read that Bible. You don't even want to pick up. You don't even want to pick up no positive saying. You don't want to tune in to nothing. And then here it is, something speaks to you. Oh, thank you so much, Sister Star, for making sure that everybody feel greeted and welcome. And I'm telling you now, hey there, we got Chantrell, we got Sister Hawkins in the house. How you doing, Queen? And so we're here for Fruitful Friday. I'm giving y'all some nuggets, y'all. I'm giving y'all more than nuggets now. Y'all get some fruit. And so I'm explaining to you how you can relate the benefits of not just eating the fruit, but being the fruit. You choose which fruit you want to be. All of them are powerful. All of them are powerful. All of them have health benefits. Somebody said, Dr. Shelf, well, why are you mixing and blending that? Because I don't need to feel mixed up and blended up. Some of us mix with things, like I said, fruit. I don't need to put a lemon with this fruit. Now, if I just want to just get that little, I want to get that little tang in there, get it a little kick because I don't feel so sweet today, then yeah, you can add a little fresh squeeze of lemon and give it that little kick, that little boost you want. But the truth is, lemon doesn't mix well with melons. You're not supposed to. What are you driving out the tart and the tang from the lemon into the sweet watermelon for. Watermelon is full of the vitamin B's. And y'all know what Wellness Wednesday was about. Any of y'all that missed it and was commenting or wanted to, I apologize. I know y'all wanted to say something. Some of y'all have some good nuggets. So when y'all put it in the chat, I am looking, y'all, because I know I haven't had it. Hey there, we got the downtrodden, what's it? Dun turn king. How you doing? This is Fruitful Friday, y'all. I'm trying to get y'all going for the weekend so that y'all don't fall for the old okey doke. Y'all don't fall for nothing. Whatever test come your way, whatever you're going through, you got to bear the fruits of the spirit. And so the fruit for the day is watermelon. And I was just giving some of y'all time to tune in so that y'all can be able to see me blend this and drink some of this, just in case you didn't. And if you don't have a blender, then eat your watermelon. You got options. You got options. Take it. See, I like mine, even though it's cold. Some of y'all like stuff cold. I like mine a little cool cold. Like a little cool, not too cold, not too hot. And so I can let it set for a second. But I'm going to pop it into that blender. That Ninja. My juicer was taken. That's all I got to say. My juicer was taken, but I ain't mad because I know I'm going to get another one back. Yeah. There's a change to what kind of fruit you are. You all, that's what I'm saying. In the watermelon, we have a lot of benefits in the watermelon. When you have enough of the watermelon, you don't even have to ask for H2O. I've shared this with you all before. We shared this with you all before. You don't need to be fixated on sitting up there spending your money on the water. The water today, let me see, do I have my water there? I'm going to be right back. Stay right there. I'm going to grab which water that I have gotten accustomed to when I don't have the other water or if I don't have fruit. I'm one that I believe in options. Right. Be right back. Now, I shared this with Sister Cherry. See, told y'all, this is where the quickness comes in at. This is the water for me for now. Good alkaline, Eternity. Can you guys see that real good? Eternity. This is the one that I've chose to go with. Yes, you can get it online. I heard somebody say they saw it at the dollar store for $1. I said, the devil, yes, a lie. I sat there and paid for the whole case. And I'm like, and it is considered a naturally alkaline spring water. Some months back, I ain't got nothing to hide. I had tried, well, actually some years back, I had tried some alkaline water. I had alkaline strips. They don't want it. They keep it behind the counter sometimes at regular health stores, or you can try to see if you can get them from Walgreens or Walmart. I don't know what they have in your particular area, but you can get alkaline strips. The place that I got it from, of course, they usually try to hold it back for people that are in health and wellness. So if you have a health and wellness coach or someone, even if they're a nurse, get some alkaline strips if you're concerned about spending that extra dollar or two on water if you don't have your fruit or you're not in fruit season or it's not ripe enough for you. Then, even though I still highly recommend that you go with it, then the all natural spring alkaline water, Eternal is what it's called. That one works good for me. It's so smooth. I noticed that even when I drink a half, that's a 1 liter. I noticed that when I drink that, it I don't feel like I have to have more to drink. And so that tells me that it's alkaline. To what degree, I don't know, because I ran out of alkaline strips. When I get some more, then I'm going to share that with you guys too on live stream. Most High allow me to, I will be dipping and we're going to put the test. The test will be on. It's going to be, as we used to say back in the day, it's going to be on and popping. And they be like, okay, we see. And so what's going to happen is that I'm going to wind up doing the test of y'all. And we're going to have a whole line of all these different waters. For those of you all that feel like you don't want to be too sweet because you don't want to eat your fruit. And for those of you all that are eating your fruit, but you still not too sweet. This is the reason why I had to steer a little bit away from the grapes, y'all. Not just because it's hard to find seeded grapes. The only place that I see so far is good, and outside of going, driving maybe 45 minutes out to a vineyard right now in our St. Louis area. And if any of you all that's tuning in, that's from the St. Louis area, and you guys finding some seeded grapes, please let more know. Let our sister know. Come on now. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. And I'm just not, let me get back. Because I had started telling the story about the Uncle Lynn. Uncle Lynn was getting drunk. Yeah, let's just call it what it is. He was getting drunk off of the sugar, the artificial sugar that was inside of the wine. And in that office, what it reminded me of was right underneath my office. Up, I was up high, you all. On the lower level was a place called Wine Spirit. Now I'm starting to wonder. Now, granted, I'd never been inside of a wine shop ever in my life at this point. Yeah, uh-huh. I'm like, I'm just not turning 40 at that time. And I never had been in a wine shop. And so something said, go in. You know, the only way you learn. And I'm starting to look around because I don't want nobody thinking I'm trying to come up in there to get no 40 or getting trying to get drunk. They're like, we see Dr. Chef, we see Queen. She up in there finna get lit. And like, no, I wasn't finna get lit, y'all. I wanted to know. I was like, why they call it Wine Spirit? So in there was a sister girl. And when I say a sister, she's a sister. Her name was Nefertaria. It don't get no more sister than Nefertaria. And she had a real down to earth, cool, beautiful spirit. And I'm like, okay. I said, could you help me out? Why they call it wine spirit? Now, mind you, I understood the different spirits, but I'm wondering why they correlate wine with the spirit. And she said, oh, because with it brings about different wines and different beers, you know, and different alcoholic beverages. It does. It produces a different type of attitude and spirit in different people. I said, really? Now y'all done seen it. And so this is the reason why I say, no, I'm not promoting drinking wine. But what I am saying is that if you're a religious, spiritual person and you are so caught up in your word of God or in the Bible or your Torah, whatever you got, and you come across the part where it talks about a little wine is good for the stomach's sake, it does not take away from the fact that it's good for the stomach's sake. However, if you have overly indulged, like my Uncle Lynn did, and it brought out a happy spirit in him, oh yes, it did. He didn't get the fighting, he didn't get the raging. The spirit that was in him was a happy spirit. This dude come in like Martin off of Martin show. You know, y'all know what's his name, Leroy. And I promise you, to this day, you can't convince me because my uncle used to live in Detroit, Michigan, with my great grandma, Madia. Madia. Yeah, Madia. That's why I actually get my raps, where my raps from, because my aunt, because my great grandma used to always wear raps. So, and she was the coolest chick, you know, on the planet. Seemed like she knew everything, and at least I thought so as a little child. And so there, he used to dress up like what's that other what y'all call it, the cat off of Martin. Help me out, y'all. Yeah, Leroy, well, don't you know no good? That was him. Yeah, y'all, I'm telling off on it because it had an impact on my mind. Like, why is it every time when they say you're drunk and I smell this certain particular smell on his face when he come knocking at the door trying to mess with my mama and asking, come pray for me, and can you pray for me? And then he come and giving us life lessons about, don't y'all let no men get up into your skirts and all that. He roll out and he'll do something funny, and then I know what I'm talking about. And he'll just doing flips and everything. And this wine, this drink that he was taking on, which is artificial sugar, by the way, carbs, it sets off within the liver. However, I'm trying to understand this at 12 or 13 years old. Like, how is it that he, you know, can't feeling happy, but when on the other side of town, on the corner, when we look and see the drunk, he's standing up looking like he about to die, you know, or either he angry, he mad, he's sitting up there, can you give me $1? And but yet when he come around, his spirit was happy go lolly. He kicking up his heel. He coming in there like Martin, like don't you know no good, and Leroy, and he coming in there like what's that other fella that used to sit there and do all that jumping around, and he liked that the ladies Jerome in the house. That's what he was acting like. And he would have on the whole little outfit, the little white outfit, the Gucci or the what you call little outfit and everything. And he would come in and he would say, "It's Lynn in the house. It's Lynn in the house. Watch yourself." When I tell y'all I experienced some characters in my life, this is how I wound up being real down to earth. I believe you all. This is how I wound up learning how to pay attention and care for all our different people, because we had the preacher, we had the athlete, we had the drunk, we had everything that you could think of in our huge family. And I'm in the neighborhood, and it was a neighborhood. It wasn't just a hood. Everybody knew everybody. Had a village. This is the foundation. This is the tree, you all. And so when one fell off, you knew that you could look in that tree and see that that was a good fruit that was being bared, that wasn't artificial, that wasn't taking on the wrong type of spirit, that wasn't unbalanced. Now, the sad part about, even though Uncle Lynn was happy, watch this, y'all. Pay attention, because I'm finna share something with you. Even though he had a very happy, energetic, Action Jackson type of energy, even while drinking, at 40 something, he passed away at my great uncle and auntie's shop, grocery shop that they had. Slumped over. He just slumped over. He was there to help them. He was working. He slumped over. I know, Sister Sandra Mal, just not catching. No, this thing is slacking. I mean, he slumped over. From what? Heart failure. 40 something years old. That was a tough one. And I knew when it happened. I'm 2 hours away in Belleville, Illinois, sitting at my seat. I'd already just had my son, Kenneth. And some said, "Stop what you're doing. Sit down at the table." And I sat down. At this time, I'm young. I'm in my 20s, and I'm now learning the voice of what we call God. And said, "Sit down at the table and be still." And so I automatically went to my kitchen table, and I sat down and I was still. And then I saw my Uncle Lynn's face come before me. I did. And I had to take a deep breath. Now, why did I have to sit down in the chair? At this point, nobody had called me and said, "Uncle Lynn is gone." He slumped over in the chair, and heart just gave out, because the excess amount of wine, the excess amount of stress that he had encountered was too much. So what I'm going to say, you all, is be mindful of the type of fruit that you take in, because the original wine derives from fruit. But if you take that grape, if you take this watermelon and you try to ferment it, and you put too much alcohol in it, you will be blaming it on the juice. You will be blaming it on the alcohol, as you should. They said, "Dr. Chef, how you know all these, what you call it? You've been raised up in church all your life." Because I got an uncle that was a DJ too. And I got cousins that are in the music industry. I listen. I pay attention to what they're putting out here in the spirit realm. I pay attention to what they're feeding us through hip hop. I pay attention to everything that the Most High allowed me to, so that I'm not left lacking in knowledge of what's taking over the minds of our people. It's no good, as they used to say, to be so holy, but no earthly good. And the only way you can get to that point is if you're not, one, spreading the gospel, spreading the good news. I saw that it froze up on me on YouTube. I saw it. All right. But it's okay. I'm gonna keep going, because we got our YouTube that is a lot stronger. Then you will miss the mark, is what I'm trying to say. You will be deceived by strange fruit. Now, look up that book. There's a book called Strange Fruit. I can't remember the author. My brother Paul, he shared it with me. My god brother Paul shared it with me. Strange Fruit. Now, there's a couple of books out there that's labeled that. And so you got to be careful. It may, just because it looked like a duck, it acts like a duck, it quacks like a duck, that does not mean that it is a duck. That doesn't mean that no more. Now that we are part of the artificial intelligence now that we are taking in artificial knowledge that appears, you can put a voice out there now and you think that it's that person's voice and it's not that person. It's audio. Somebody has mimicked it. This is the reason, this is the only good thing that I have allowed me to get comfortable enough to come before you all, because I say, as of right now, it's just me. But the moment you all see that it's starting to turn into something else different, then you will not see me no more. So you might as well just save it. You will not see me no more. You might probably hear from me. It'll be another avenue, but it won't be where I'm allowing myself to get caught up in the artificial. And so it's the horrible thing if you don't take your time and learn how to appreciate the good fruit, the original fruit that we have. Is where I'm taking y'all with this. Y'all thought it was just gonna be about watermelon. Oh, everybody's talking about watermelon. Y'all done seen, you can turn on about 100 different channels now on YouTube and learn about watermelon. You can Google that. It's all about how we apply the original fruit to your spirit. And so we always like to compare. Hey there, Janelle. Hey, Janelle. See you, girl. How you doing? Oh, I'm so glad to see you. It's all about how you apply the natural to the spirit. And it is one. Anytime you cannot be one because of something has gone artificial, something has turned into something rotten, or something was rotten and it was appearing to be something that looked like it was good, just like they do the GMO food. Everything that looks like something is not something. It's not what it's portraying to be, is what I'm trying to say. Now, granted, the apple can get rotten on one side. You can cut it off. It can get a little wormy on one side of it. If that's all you got to eat, yes, you can cut that part off. And you can keep the nutritional part of that original apple and still get some benefits. Yes, you can. However, if you notice that the core of the apple is rotten in the inside, if I have had times when I had so many watermelons that I was stacking up them seeded watermelons because I didn't know when I was going to get another one, that I set it on, and on the outside of the shell was so good and strong, it was a watermelon. But because I'm doing a little tester thing, I'm doing my little scientific thing that we naturally have in us as melanated people. Some said, see how long you can set it there before it start leaking. So I set it on the table over in the dining room area, and I set it to the side, set one to the side, because I couldn't go through all of it anyway. It was just too much. I was like, okay, I'm gonna let it sit. And before I know it, I went on with life. I just went on with my day-to-day journey. And on that day-to-day journey, I wound up coming. I said, wait a minute, this watermelon ain't even leaking. I started turning around. It was still the watermelon. But in the inside of the watermelon, y'all, when I finally decided to cut it, I said, let me see. Now, a month, 2 months had passed. That might say something to y'all women that's out there that's single. Come on now, to y'all brothers that's single. Y'all, it's a woman. Yes, it is. It's a man. Yes, it is. It looks like the fruit. Yes, it is. It is on the label. It is. And I know we're living in the time now where they're trying to change that up, but come on now, y'all. Let's stick with the original right now. You can't talk about nature, natural, and healthy and good food, and you not apply it to the rest of life in order to help you to be able to stand on your strong rooted foundation. Just because somebody dig up the tree don't make the tree not a tree. But it's going to be a whole lot of digging to try to pull that tree from the root. And what you will see is that the tree will still wind up growing if it gets a patch of water to that soil. Because it can't get to the lower, the hole. That's the reason why they're digging black holes. Now, let me get back to the original versus the artificial. Come back to I come back to that watermelon, and even though it was firm, even though it looks like a watermelon, I sliced that joker over, it was all mushy in the inside. It didn't even have a bad smell or odor to it. It was just all just in the inside, just mushed in the inside. Big old nice watermelon. Did it not make it a watermelon? Oh, it was a watermelon. But it had sat too long. It didn't absorb enough sun. I didn't cut it soon enough. And sometimes that's what we do with the people. That's what we got to do with jobs sometimes. That's what you have to do in relationships sometimes, unfortunately. But in your case, it may be unfortunately. You have to do that sometimes. People ask me, well, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing it? Because I know what fruit I am. I know how fresh I want to be. So fresh and so clean I want to be. I know how fresh I want to be. I know the 9 fruits of the spirit that I want to possess. And I can't change that. I can't change. If I am a watermelon, I can't change if I want to represent the strawberry. All those, no, I can't change being a pineapple, a peach, a plum. I can't change. You can bear it. It says 9 fruits of the spirit in the Bible, right? You can eat all those fruits at different times. You can choose what you want to be, but by all means, please choose the good, healthy fruit and make sure that you get it when it's right. Because if you don't get it when it's right and it's been banged up and it has set too long, you can compare having a jacked up fruit that does not, I'm going to say it again, that does not give you all the nourishment that you need day by day as the cares of life. That's what happens in life. You are what you are. But depending on how you've been cared for, depending on how well you're taking care of that body, depending on how well you have absorbed all of the good spiritual positive things in your mind, and you will know it because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak it. And that part is true. And so that's the reason why I came before you all. Hey, pure love. I so love that title. And we got Walking down. Look, we got Walker too. Yes, how y'all doing? It's good to see that Instagram. Yeah, I pulled it out. Dr. Shells pulled it out. Yeah, I had a little help assistant, and I will reveal my help in a little while. We'll see. But nevertheless, I'm just thankful that I have it. You all, you're walking away with knowing that. So now that I got a few more y'all that's tuned in, I'm gonna blend this and I'm gonna show y'all this is what you want to do. This is the kind of fruit you want to be, an original seeded fruit. And my prayers always go out to those you all who did not have that rooted up, that foundation that had that sun and that water poured into you, that had positive things poured into you where you had to find it. Because it does take a little longer. It was shared with me that the fruit that it was a strange fruit that I have always, even one of my daughters came and said, Mom, I think the problem is, and see y'all, didn't I tell y'all I'll take 1,000, and this is the beauty of me being able to have my own channel. I can share these things with you all. This was bound to happen. And I told you all that. Some of you all that tuned in, whether you know or not, or you remember it or not. Hey, Sister Dorothy, you made it. Great rising. Helpful fruit for founder from Friday family. We got Sister Janelle in the house, Sister Nicole and stuff. Those are my true queens. Those are the fruits of the spirit right there. And so when I tell you that my daughter said, Ma, see, I'm keeping it 1,000. She said, Ma, she said, I think you just opened up your arms too much to you just got your arms so open for love for everybody, and that you have to make sure that you're discerning, that you pay attention more. Then basically what she was saying, Mama, we know you got love in your heart, and she was saying our brother is the same way. I said, well, what about you? You know how we do, y'all, when the kids think they trying to tell you something. I said, well, what about you? I said, ain't you the same way with your friends? Aren't you the same way with your relationships that you have in your life? It's no, Mama. She said, I'm kind. I said, hey, is that the fruit that I bear that's talking back to me? That's telling me? Mama, just watch it. Be careful. And I had to listen because, you see, just like early on when I shared with y'all what my mama said to me, she's like, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. See, that was my tree. She was bearing a good fruit there, and I had to listen because out of the mouth of babes, God can speak through our youth too, is what I'm trying to say. Doesn't matter your age. I know what I placed in it because I know that's what I taught her when she was a little girl. Be careful. Everybody ain't your friend. Some people are spectators. Some people are frenemies. They tell you that you're a friend, but behind your back. Y'all know, y'all done heard this before. And then in that moment, you could see what kind of fruit they're bearing. Is it a bitter, unripened fruit that is not fully nourished, that cannot give you all of your vitamins and nutrients that it needs so that you can digest what's going on in your life? Or is it a strange fruit? Is it a rotten fruit? And so that's what I had to accept, that, okay, here goes. I have experience. Yes, so true. Yes, hey there, Aisha. Yeah, I had to acknowledge that sometimes when you're gathering, especially in the season of the pandemic, so many people being sick. We had so many people that were in health and wellness that were trying to do something healthy, that some of the strange fruit had fallen into my basket. Yep, I said it, y'all. Some of the bitter fruit that was looking like it was fruit had I picked it and put it into my basket because it was just sitting there. Some of it just was sitting there on the tree. Some of it would fall out at you. You know, when you go in the grocery store and they have some of them stacked, and y'all don't fool with most of those, because most of those are GMOs. Let me put that disclaimer out there. Most of those are not the original fruit. But you know how they have them stacked in the grocery store, and you go to try to pick one, and then the rest of them fall down on you. Carry up and try to catch it before it falls. That's what happened to me. It just can't jumped out at me. Say, I'm gonna fall into her hands. Because see, I know she gonna catch me. She gonna blend me. She can make me better. That's what happened to me, you all. And it's gonna happen to some of you all in your different life. You have jobs that was seeking after you, and you picked and you had choices of which job you was going to take because of the pay, or because of that's the type of job that you thought you wanted. And you wind up, you getting up in that job, and you get past your 90 days and your trial time, and then you get in there, and then you realize that, wait a minute, the boss is coming in smelling like weed today. Oh, wait a minute, the boss coming in here with a strange attitude today. He got a nasty attitude. Wait a minute, every morning for a whole week, he done asked me to do an extra job that he ain't willing to pay me for. Now you know what kind of fruit your boss bear. It's up to you to decide that I'm finna look for me another fruit. I'm finna reposition myself so that I don't fall for this again. That's what I had gone through in my life. Time and time, I had 3 strikes. I got a 3 strike you out rule in some cases in my life. Then no, when you know who you are, when you know what you've been created to be, when you know the fruit that you have bared, especially for the most of you, when you know what your foundation is. See, my mother, my father wasn't perfect people, as they say. Well, they had perfect person. My mother had me at 15 years young, but she was the oldest of 8 siblings. Her grandmother, I've shared this with you guys before. My grandmother had her at 15, and she was the oldest daughter of 10. See how that worked? My great-grandmama had her at 15, but she was the youngest of the family of 10. So you see how, why I always talk about my aunties, uncles, everybody close in age and stage. And yes, they got married. Yes, they did. But still, that was young. And there's a lot that they didn't know. And as I started to study the fruits of the spirit, hey there, we got another one that joined us on Instagram. Y'all look on Instagram to my ideas. Yes, we got Instagram people falling in. I had to pay attention to where I came from and how young family, the village, everybody stuck together. Everybody worked together. The husbands, to my understanding at that time, worked together. They wasn't making excuses. They wasn't lazy. They wasn't saying I couldn't do it. If they did, they didn't show us that. When one worked themselves to the point to where now they're gone. Yeah, were they healthy? No, not all of them. But my great grandmama, Madia, she could brew beer. She could fix food. She could do everything. My grandmama, she could do all different type of stuff. They were cooks. They could bake. They would build their houses. They would take care of people. They would take in people. They did all that. My aunties wind up doing the same thing. And I watched this as a young girl. And then I listened to the stories of my elders. How did they make it? And we winded about 2 or 3 or 4 children. Here it is. They had 10 to 12. And my great auntie Bernice, she had 15 children altogether. 13 made it through. 7 girls and 7 boys at one point. And I grew up right next door to that. I saw the different personalities, even though they were by one couple, by one, both, all of them had the same parent. And I saw that when there's a foundation, what my Uncle Frank had taught us was that he said the family that prays together is a family that stays together. A family that works together. That the team work makes the dream work. And I held tight to that because that's exactly what they're doing to this day. We're getting ready to go in June and celebrate them. And they've been married for, I think, 53 years. Has it been perfect? No. But they had a foundation of family and support and community support that gave them the strength. And I know that was back then, but now we bring it to the now. The now, because we got so much artificial stuff going on today. We're taking it in, we're eating it, we're hearing it, we're singing it. That's the reason why you'll see me throw in a little song that I've heard. I don't even know all of the songs. I just hear whatever they constantly repeating. And then I apply it to that is positive, that is good. Because I understand that through the power of the music and coming from a very instrumental, talented family, and even myself, you know, you can get wished away in the fantasy land. All these social media platforms where everybody got something that they're trying to mix a positive with a negative, but it's more negative than positive. No, that currency got to be balanced. It's got to be well balanced. You can't hide behind the fruit. You can't hide behind the natural, and you know behind closed doors, you just as rotten. Y'all, come on now. If you are what you eat, then why are you not portraying that? And it takes us back to, I was looking at an old video where somebody said not everybody eats fruits every day. Everybody, or not most people do that. Now, that's when you find people making excuses. Because that, even though that's true, that don't mean that just because you ain't eating your fruit for the day, it doesn't mean that you got to go eat something bad. Just because you didn't get a chance to speak to that supportive sister or brother, or that good friend, that real friend that you got, or the good mate that you have that's constantly trying to boost you to do a good thing and supporting you with doing the best you can be. That doesn't mean that just because the frenemy come along and somebody else that's negative come along, or you get bamboozled by somebody from as we call it, the wolf in sheep clothing, that doesn't mean that you do away with your good. That means once you recognize, you see, and that's the power of eating healthy as well and having the fruits of the spirit, is that it helps you to be able to eventually, even if you get caught up, you can get yourself out of it. You can pray yourself out of it. You can get it removed out of your life. When you see that it's not bearing good fruit, when you see it's trying to strip you of all your nutrients, when you see that it's trying to make you be something that you're not, or it just doesn't appreciate you. Pretty not, hey, get a kiss, son. Look fun. Hey, look, y'all on both. Y'all on both. I'm gonna get you, Sister Dottie, y'all. All y'all good. It's good to see y'all. You can take, and I'm talking about the fruits of the spirit and correlating with this fruit that I got right here, the original. The original, yep, I mean the teas, because y'all gonna go get y'all son later if y'all can find it. And if you can't, don't get discouraged. Get you another fruit that's good for you. Get the melon, get the honeydew. I told you it had my skin popping, and I was like, oh, been in this body for 47 years. God's will, I'll make it to 48, and I'm like, hey, who is that? It's a new you. Your body is revitalized. It helps with the DNA as well, you all. That's the reason why they want you to get discouraged by talking about some, the black folks, they're just like to eat some watermelon. So what? I'm like, yeah, I do. It's a melanated food. Yep, I enjoy it, but I'm hydrated though. Here you go. When the next time somebody joining y'all talking about that's all you're gonna eat is watermelon, you tell them, but I'm hydrated though. But I'm good though. But I'm happy though. And that doesn't mean that you are being fictitious. Get that out your head. Just to be happy and have a smile on your face mean that you forget about all your problems. In that moment, you need to, because you need to be able to get to the next step in the next phase of life. I told it to you all again. I'm gonna always share this with you. If I depended on Grand Rising, Najee, if I had depended on all of the sour fruit, the bitter fruit that was around me, the artificial fruit that was around me, and I actually look to that for my livelihood. And trust me, I have been there just like some of you all have. I'm there now to a certain extent, but the Most High is bringing me out of it slowly but surely. And he told me, get rid of the bitter fruit. You got to let go of the bitter. You got to let go of the artificial. You got to let go. You got to. Because, see, I'm a creator. I draw, I write, I paint, I sew, not as much as I used to. I do hair. I massage. I take care of feet. I do a lot of things with these hands. And so automatically he had to share with me, even though you got all these fruits and all these talents and all these abilities, you can't give that to everybody. You can't make the artificial the original. You can't make that as unnatural. As the scriptures say, unnatural affection. You can't make that be a natural affection. My granny used to say to me, and Willie Mae, all right, both platforms, but I'm in. All right, I know that's right, Sister Dorothy. Thank you all for the catch up. Oh, Reese, thank you for the catch up. And thank you all. See what I do? I didn't even mention the food, the fruits of the money. Because I'm just so happy that I got a chance to tune in and get on both platforms. No, look. It's a little saying, they're saying, won't he do it? And y'all supposed to say, yes, he will. It's like, won't he do it? Yes, he will. And so my cash out sign is $ Dr. Chef, capital F, and there's a capital A, Jordan. And thank you, Reese. My apologies that I had got your cash out mixed up. I'm sitting there driving, trying to take him back, trying to send something. And then I hit him up and he's been so supportive. So thank you, brother. I do appreciate it. Sister Dottie, Sister Thomas, all of you all. I appreciate you all. You all, everything, all the fruits that you all gave me in the fruits of the Spirit helped me at a time that brought me to tears. Do you hear me? Brought me to tears. And so when I talk about this, I'm not on here just talking about what I experienced 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I'm talking about in the now. I got to eat this fruit now. I got to eat it now in order to get the nourishment that I need for today. You got to blend this now in order to get the nourishment that you need for today. The fruit that you had from last year, that's gone. Your body is renewed 24 hours of the day. Every 24 hours, the scientists and biologists have figured it out, y'all. In that area, they are precise. Because if you get a microscope, like I used to, back when I was in classes in college, we put the skin, some of you all have experienced the same thing. You put it underneath the microscope and you will see all of the different parasites and all of the different germs and things that's all in the body. It sheds and it renews itself every 24 hours. So it's the same internally when you take in your fruit every 24 hours. So the fruit that you had today, this that I eat today can technically hold me over to the next part of the day. This is a 20, I think, what is this? This is a 16 ounce. It stops right there at 16 ounce. But how many of y'all know that we're going to take it to the max? Because I need the max. I done dealt with enough and I'm dealing with enough right now. Because I had to recognize strange fruit from the original fruit. I had to recognize it. And sometimes we get it, you done bought up all that artificial food, but yet you don't want to throw it away because you're like, I spent my money on this. I took all my time and went to the grocery store and got this. Or, oh, my neighbor, they was nice enough, or my mate was nice enough to get it, so I don't want to just throw it away. But sometimes, y'all, in order to clear that refrigerator, in order to clear your life, in order for you to get a fresh start, just as fresh as this watermelon is fresh, you got to throw it away. You got to give it away. It's in my head. I heard some little song. I don't even know where it's from. I heard it. He's like, you got to take it away. You got to, in order for you to be able to live a more healthy life. So anything that's in your life that's toxic, you all, and I mean toxic, and don't get it twisted. If you know you're the one that's bringing up toxicity, keep it real, keep it 100, keep it 1,000. Go get your toxic self cleaned up. Go eat your fruit. Make yourself. You know how y'all to do when we were little. And mama said, oh, you better eat all that food. You better not waste my food. In this case, this is the food that you want to make yourself eat. I've done it. I know. It's time I wanted something else to eat. I'm like, nah, you know you're supposed to go in because in the mind, when you got a nourished mind, when you have fed your mind the right things. But you can't do that. And I'm finna touch on it, y'all. Because I have experienced this and seen it in some of my consultations, but for the most part in real life with people that have been close to me or right in my face. And I'm not calling names on purpose, yes, because this is not about the calling out the names. It's about you getting the lesson. I mean, sharing the testimony so that you all can be able to overcome and not think that it's, hey, Brother Shamar, so that you don't think that life is over with, it's done with, just because you got messed up. It's no different than if I go out there and get into the mud. We had real nice, good cloudy storms and everything after nice sunny weather we had. You go out there and I roll in the mud and then I go take a shower, I rinse it off. But you don't want it. That don't mean that you want to be crazy enough to keep going out there rolling the mud and taking it out, rolling the mud. Well, Dr. Chef, did you know they got mud baths now? Yeah, they got mud baths. They got facial mud stuff. But y'all don't believe the hype and everything. Everything that says it's dirt ain't dirt. They have soy and all other little type of minerals and things that's artificial. That is not even no better than you taking this bottle of water, alkaline water, and you do better take that and just pour it all over your face and rinse your face off with this than you do sitting up there spending $4 and $5 on them little mud masks. Yes, I said it. Go get you some lemon and put in water, alkaline, and cleanse your face that way. I said it. Save your money. Use the fruits. That's the beauty of fruits. Just like it doesn't heal just one part of the body. When you're operating in the right spirit and from a good place, not just from a hurt place, not from a I told you so. I don't do this for ratings, as they say. It's nice if everybody says, oh, okay, I like it. That's cool and all. But when you're a true leader, and some of y'all are on here, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you're a true leader and when you are, I got a firstborn thing going on. You're not worried about, you're not constantly looking back trying to see who following you. I'm not looking all on the channel every month. I mean, I notice it. Like, oh, well, it's just a few viewers. I don't get caught up in that. I get caught up in the truth. That should set you free. I get caught up in, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? So even though the crowd is cold, cheerleader, I am a cheerleader. Then I'm also the coach. I'm also the leader. In knowing that if don't nobody else go, I gotta go. If don't nobody else do this work, I gotta do the work. And trust me, out of all of my family that y'all always hear me talk about, and some of them gonna tune in because they're gonna get up because I'm gonna call them. I'm like, why y'all not on the what you call? Come on now. They go like, okay, I'll try to get up. My Auntie Louise, she would have been here. Y'all seen Auntie Louise chime in back in January, I think either December or January. She said, I gotta be at work at 7. I said, it's okay, you chime in later. But nevertheless, when you're a true leader, you're not worried about the numbers like that. You're not waiting for a paycheck to come from YouTube. That's cool and all. That's good and all. But I refuse to become artificial. I refuse to get clicked and be in the click of something negative in order just to get a response out of you all. I refuse to because I know who I am. You got to know what fruits you are. You just say, know thyself. You go around, I know myself. I'm conscious. I'm woke. You woke. No, you ain't woke up. Because if you woke up, it ain't no different from when you wake up and you see that the lights, that the sun is shining bright out of that window if you got a window. You would know the difference between the sunlight and the difference between your bedroom light. It gives it a different kind of feel, don't it? Different kind of energy. The bedroom light that is your fluorescent light is horrible on the eyes. Over a period of time, you don't realize that it's taken away from your original vision. But the sunlight, the daylight, it revives the whole body. And you're like, oh, even when you don't feel like getting up, you're like, okay, I see you. I see you. And before you know, you get the clock. What's the clock? Oh, wait. Let me get my phone. Oh my goodness, it's 6 a.m. I got to get up. I see the daylight. That gives you life. It lets you know that it's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. A fresh anointing. For me, my words is all over this place. I don't have to worry about, see, even when I wanted to get down and out, something happened yesterday that took away from my natural things that I liked to do. And I was like, man, and I'm not going to lie, y'all, when I say I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you, and what time frame am I looking at? What am I looking at, y'all? Am I almost going into, I'm an hour, 15 minutes in, and I'm going to have to take away some of the clip in order for you guys to be able to fit it into the, when you tune in, like and share, you all like and share. Don't forget, you can get your free consultations in with me, Ma, Dr. Shelf, and make sure that you, if you can't get through, be persistent. Be persistent about things that's not good for us. Be persistent, you all. You know where my heart is by now. If I didn't let nothing stop me from not being able to be there to see some of you all's beautiful faces, then surely nothing can stop me because I'm all the way woke up. Then you should understand that means that if you want to call in and you just want to chat, you need some encouragement, or you're just seeking an understanding, or an understanding is what I like to use. Then do so. Don't fall into depression. This fruit, you can't eat fruit. Life is just not, it's just not good. That's hard to do, y'all. Because, man, automatically, that energy get to going and these cheeks get to up. That watermelon tastes so good. I'm like, oh, God. Automatically produces a smile. And I'm like, did I forget about what I went through yesterday? No, but I'm so remembering and tasting what's going on today on this Fruitful Friday. Yes, I am. And so I'm going to close out unless y'all got some questions, y'all. Here we go. I'm looking through the chat, y'all, before I let y'all go, because I know y'all got to get y'all Friday started. Some of y'all that just got paid. Friday night. It's not Friday night yet, is it? No, is it? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We're going to leave that alone. Ow! I'm going to juice this up, and I'm going to show y'all how pretty I'm going to make this, so y'all can get inspired. When life throws you lemons, you make lemonade. But when it throws you some watermelon, you want to drink that. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to put this in this blender. I'm going to show y'all just how simple this is. So this is the reason why you want to invest in one of these. Put it on a smoothie. It's just going to go for less than a second. It don't get no money. However thin you want it, and you make it how you want it. There you go. Look how that went. Did I add any water to it? This is how simple your life is supposed to be. Anytime complication come about and causes you confusion, causes you upset, causes you to have a bad spirit, this is what you're supposed to do. But shake it off. Take it out. Make it simple. Find something pretty and nice. Pull this drink. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's like, I see a little seed seeped in there, but that's all right, y'all. Because see, once they hit that tongue, I know to spit it out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. If you want it thinner, yeah, you can mix some water. You'll still get it in, but that's kind of unnecessary because you want all the potent fruit. And this is all, this is what I'm about. Give me the real or nothing at all. Give me the sweet. And you can keep the bitter. Look at me. I'm finna put that. Oh no, I know what I'm finna do. Look at that. Voila. Gonna cube it up for y'all. Matter of fact, instead of doing the water, I put a little bit of this water on there because I don't have that filtered water system in, and I don't like fooling with the tap water. So I'll just take a little bit of this or the still water and rinse just because I'm only using one, y'all. So don't be all extra about it. And these are organic strawberries. See how I did that? I just take that like that. And then if you want to get extra because you want to be real concerned about whether or not it's the real deal or not, you can take it and you can use, oh, I know. Look at this. I make it simple, y'all. I get a little bit of that little fruit action in. I get this fruit cleanser right here. And you can put just a little bit of it. Just a little bit of it. Just a little tap on it. Put it on there. And don't need to go in and soak in the whole, just one whole watermelon. Y'all be doing too much. I'm like, dude, look. I take that and I rub that all up in there. And then I'll put my energy on there because I'm going to eat that at the end. I take that water and I just do just like this. Do just like this. See how I'm doing that? There we go. And still got plenty of water left. I get my little knife. This is what I do. Let me show y'all how I put that together. I just slice that in the middle. Man, I can't wait to get the cooking. And I just put that right there on the side. And voila. Did y'all see that? Now my hands are all more clean. And y'all ain't have to wash your hands no more after that because the fruit cleanser and then the citrate from that. And then what I like to do is I'll take it and I'll roll that around me. So as I'm drinking, sometimes when you pick up the what you call, you want to taste a little bit of tang, just a little bit of tang. And then I just go for it. I enjoyed y'all for this Fruitful Friday. Y'all make sure that you tune in for next Motivational Monday. Don't let nobody cause you to have a sour spirit. Be the original fruit that y'all, my melanated people, were created to be. Remember where you come from. You come from the fruits of this earth. You are the original. Yes, you are. And you got to remember that. Don't let nobody take your sweet spirit. Don't let nobody take your shine. And what I mean by shine, I mean that illuminates, that brings about healing, true healing in everyone's lives that's around you. You are a blessing. You all have been inspiring. I appreciate y'all. I know it's because this is my first time really getting a chance to tune in. Y'all trying to give me a little break so you don't have to do too much questions. And that's all right. But I'm going to be back. And hey, y'all keep me in your prayers as I do the same for you all. Peace, love, good health on this Fruitful Friday. I'll see y'all next time for Motivational Monday. I got to get my juice on, y'all. Y'all better do the same. Bye-bye. Now I'm gonna get out of here too, because the last time it got me, it did. Yeah.